The FTX contagion is spreading and the cuts are getting deeper and deeper. We also have a tech contagion that's spreading as well that can do way more damage than what FTX can. We also have the SEC doing something right. No, you didn't misunderstand me. That's right. The SEC did something right. We also have a big event coming up that is going to affect the price of XRP and XLM for the rest of this month. Let's get into the news, everyone. Hola, crypto friends. XRP sitting at 34.3, down just about 0.5% over the last 24 hours. XLM right now sitting at 7.3 cents. The event that I'm talking about definitely has the biggest impact in crypto that's going to affect the rest of pricing for this month. The rest of the market's trading sideways because we got big news coming up as well. There's a second contagion, everyone. That's the tech sector contagion. Amazon layoffs to affect 17,000 employees. And remember, Amazon is not just a shipping company. They're also a tech company. Citing sources familiar to the matter, a recent report from the Wall Street Journal pointed out that the number is much higher now. Yep, layoffs are expected to affect more than 17,000 employees. Decline in sales, as well as the tech sector itself pulling back on new hires. Interesting stuff. See, it's not just the crypto environment, everyone. Genesis cuts 30% of staff in the latest round of layoffs. And the Genesis situation is something we all need to pay attention to, because if they are unable to get the funds they need to keep the operations going, that would mean bad news for the rest of crypto, as yet another contagion would be starting. And remember, Genesis halted withdrawals and new loan originations shortly after the FTX fallout in November. A spokesperson for Genesis says, as we continue to navigate unprecedented industry challenges, Genesis has made the difficult decision to reduce our headcount globally. These measures are part of our ongoing efforts to move business forward. We sincerely appreciate the hard work of our talented, dedicated team as we continue to work to identify the best outcome for Genesis business, clients, and employees for the long run. Now remember, this is all, again, hot potato, right? Genesis is waiting for money from this person, blah, blah, blah. It's a mess, everyone. And this all has to do with Luna UST all the way back in May. Crypto bank run vindicates watchdogs vigilance. Listen to the stats here. Silvergate Capital, deposit taker for cryptocurrency firms, said on Thursday, that's how quick the news breaks, that it had been forced to raise funds in a hurry and flog assets. And for those that don't know, flogging assets means they sold it at a loss. That's right, they sold assets at a loss of over $700 million just to provide capital to keep things going. After the digital asset customers pulled out almost 70% of their balance. Yeah, once word got out, that's right, people started pulling their money out of Silvergate. It's a disaster for Lane and his investors, for the U.S. banking system and households who rely on it. What a mess, everyone. Here are the stats. Deposits from the firm fell to $3.8 billion in December. That is down from just under $12 billion in September. So fourth quarter, $3.8 billion. Third quarter, almost $12 billion. That is a fast slide. Now, the reason why people are pulling funds out at such a high rate, remember, FDIC insurance only covers you up to the first $250,000. Now into the SEC doing something right. Whoa, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I should have warned you. If you need heart attack meds or anything like that, trigger warnings or anything like that, this story will do it. I kid you not. The SEC did something right. Last month, bankrupt crypto lender Voyager Digital accepted Binance's U.S. bid to purchase the assets for over $1 billion. Now, hold on. This is because FTX was unable to go through with their bid. The problem we have, though, is the SEC, as well as the Texas Securities Commission, is saying, hey, wait a minute. Binance, do you even have the money to do this? What are you going to do with customers' funds? And also, you really haven't disclosed your business model yet for us to determine that this would be an appropriate thing. So yes, the SEC is doing the right thing here because we all know Binance is cooking the books and they are burning through cash just like every other crypto firm out there. And there's no way that you could tell me that Binance somehow has the magical formula to exist in a world where most cryptos are down 80 to 90%, where trading volume is down, where you see banks tied to runs down from 12 billion to 3.8 billion in deposits. It is a mess. And yes, hard to say, especially coming from me, because I've been critical with Gary Gensler and the SEC, but they did the right thing here, stepping in, asking Binance for more clarity, saying, you know what, we really can't help you with this until you give us more details on your books. weird story, and you will not believe this one. 3 Arrows Capital founders subpoenaed on Twitter. I kid you not. So Kyle Davies and Zushu are basically saying we're not running from the law, except they're running from the law. They're really hard to get in contact with, hard to find. They've been using assets, to kind of finance their runaway lifestyle. Well, guess what? The courts approved that you could serve them with a subpoena on Twitter. The court was like, you know what? You're active on Twitter. We know you read messages. So boom goes the dynamite, and here you go. I've got it up on the screen because, as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. Here are the copies of the subpoenas that are attached to this tweet by way of service. An unredacted copy of this subpoena was served via email and can be provided upon request. There you go. It's up on Twitter, everyone, and you are welcome to read it. Now onto the big date that is going to affect the price of XLM and XRP for the rest of this month more than anything else, unless we have another firm that completely collapses. That being said, which is very likely because we're seeing problems with Genesis and other ones out there. But now onto this event. And to show you how important this event is, I got to show you a couple charts. All right, I've got the 3-month chart up of XRP on the screen, and you can see, look at this action from right here to here. You see this 2-day movement where the purple arrow is highlighting it? Okay, now let's move on to the chart of XLM. Same thing. You see this 2-day action right here where you had some really steep declines? That's CPI data, everyone. I told you, macroeconomic events are ruling the roost right now and have the biggest impact on cryptos out there. So now you're asking yourself, well, Klaus, when is the next CPI data? I got your back, everyone. December 22 CPI data, remember they always do it for the month before, will be released on January 12, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We will be live streaming that. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. We always do coverage leading up to the event to see if there's any juicy price action being priced in. We do the announcement of the CPI data, and then we do the reaction following. Now here's some numbers on what we're looking for. We're expecting CPI data to be around that 6.5 mark. If it's lower than 6.5, the markets are going to rally. Why? Because that means Jerome Powell and the Fed don't have to jack rates up as high. Now, if we see CPI data around that 6.5 or higher, that means Jerome Powell and the Fed has to keep putting his foot on the consumer by jacking up rates, making everything more expensive, from home loans, car loans, business loans, home equity lines of credit, credit card loans, and more. Join us on that live stream, as the last several have had thousands of views and many of you out there participating. It is so much fun. We go deep dive into the stats here where you don't see that on other channels, do you? So from being served on Twitter and email to tech companies now having their own financial contagion going on, the world right now is in an absolute financial mess. And with CPI data right around the corner, of which I just showed you, that's the biggest price mover right there in the crypto market. It is crazy stuff that we all have to keep on top of. SEC did something right. Yeah, but mark it on the calendar, everyone. I'm not lying. The SEC stepping in with Binance is a big deal. Binance and everything under the Binance umbrella, just similar to like FTX and the FTX umbrella, Binance is the biggest one. That is way too centralized. That's too many eggs in one basket for crypto. Can you imagine what is going to happen when Binance runs into the financial trouble just like FTX is? It's only a matter of time. Who can offer yields like they are, right? Payouts like they are, while the crypto market is going down, down, down? It's easy. They're degenerate gambling with your money. The problem is everyone in crypto is a loser right now. So that means their degenerate gambling means they're degenerate losing your money. Bad stuff here, everyone. And remember, if you like what you see here, hit that like button, comment down below. It helps the algorithms. And of course, I read them and reply to most of them. And better yet, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that CPI data. Now, until more news breaks, I'm going to leave you with this video right here. Again, more information regarding crypto news that matters to you. Thank you very much for the various levels of support for this channel. I appreciate it all. Until more news breaks, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.